Often a man endures for several years, submits, suffers the cruelest punishments, and then suddenly breaks out over some minute trifle, almost nothing at all. Yet perhaps the whole cause of this violent outbreak in a man is a mournful desire for an abrupt display of personality, a longing to be his own self.
Daddy, why did they kill the poor horse? Oh, good God. Can I really take a hatchet? Crack a skull? Slither about in warm, sticky blood? Steal and shake with fear. Good God. Is it possible?
Dostoevsky knew that you don't have to go to prison to live in solitary confinement. Raskolnikov and the underground man are tormented by boredom and self-lacerating inertia because they're members of a new educated class in a society that gives no scope to their desires, energies, talents. Russia was authoritarian, hierarchical, controlled by a semi-militaristic bureaucracy which crushed individuality. For the aspiring, educated man, there was quite literally nothing to do. But the greatest lesson that Dostoevsky himself learned in the Siberian prison was that when men feel powerless and trapped, they'll go to any lengths to assert their individuality. Well, how does this apply to Raskolnikov himself? How can he assert himself? How can he define himself? Perhaps only by some self-willed act of extreme aggression.
His final decisions all possessed one strange characteristic. The more final they became, the more absurd and horrible they appeared in his eyes. In spite of his agonizing inner struggle, he could never, during all those weeks, for a single moment, believe in the practicability of his plans. He could never, for instance, imagine that the time would come when he would stop thinking, get up, and just go there.
I brought you something. Perhaps we'd better go into the light.
Good gracious, what do you want? Who are you?
Don't you remember me? I'm Raskolnikov. I brought you the pledge I promised you. Do you want it or not? I'm in a hurry.
What is it?
The silver cigarette case. I told you about it last time.
Your hand's trembling.
It's fever.
You haven't come straight from a hot bath, have you?
It's fever. You can't help it if you've had nothing to eat.
Doesn't feel like silver to me. What did you have to tie it up like this for?
Murder. It's a central fact in all Dostoevsky's great novels. For Raskolnikov, it's a kind of test, a decisive experiment on himself to prove his own nature. Will that blow of the axe, the murder, will it cut him free from all the tormenting questions, contradictions, uncertainties that threaten to bury him? Or will it cut him off irrevocably from the very possibility of freedom?